This 650 square feet house was the first permitted 3D printed building in the USA. It was 3D printed by Icon, a Texas-based construction technology company developing 3D printing technologies for home building and construction, in partnership with News Story, a nonprofit organization working to overcome the housing crisis. Icon used its Vulcan 1 printer for building this house, with a print cost of $10,000 according to Icon. It wasn't entirely 3D printed, however, lacking a 3D printed roof and the appliances and decorations. The full build of the house cost about $35,000 according to Jason Beller, the CEO. The house consists of a living room at the entrance, a workspace, a bedroom, and a bathroom. A kitchen was not included because the structure was going to be tested as an office space by Icon. I decided to make a simple 3D model to recreate this house. I used Tinkercad to create the digital model and used one of my friend's modified Creality Ender 3 printers to print it. The only part that was printed separately was the roof of the house, due to the challenge of 3D printing overhangs. The entire printing process took about 7 hours for the roof and 16 hours for the house itself. To see a step-by-step process of how I made the model, have a look at my article in the description below. Everything in my model was 3D printed, unlike the original house, where almost everything inside the house was not 3D printed, rather externally placed. I used captured footage and images of the house to replicate it for my model, but I also made some modifications to avoid overhangs since this would be printed on a home 3D printer. For example, the desk in one of the rooms didn't have legs, but had a curved shape to avoid overhangs to the most appropriate degree. This was one of my first 3D printing projects, and I made beginner mistakes such as not having the right amount of thickness for each shape, incorrect height placement on the print bed, or even forgetting to remove floating shapes before I sent my model to print. However, I was happy to see the end result. The design is made public on Tinkercad for anyone to access. Follow the link in the description to have a look.